to another episode of The Consistency Queen. My name is Elsa Morgan. I'm a wife, I'm a mum, and I have a global coaching business that serves women to be able to expand their vision, to be able to increase their impact and also their income. And we do that by establishing their vision all the way to their brand so they can go out and create the life of their dreams. And today I want to speak to you about something that is near and dear to my heart. And that is how to establish three money behaviors to become more abundant and to call in more money. Now, this is really important because I have had to work on my money mindset, given that I was born poor. I had 2 dining chairs as my bed for the first 18 months of my life. I also filed for bankruptcy after the GFC, and I pretty much lost everything but my car and maybe a few belongings as well. And I also had to rework my credit file and get it to a point where I was credit worthy. And so all of those things have helped me to understand, where I was, but also where I needed to improve and to get myself to a point where I had a healthy relationship with money. Now, let me tell you, if you are someone that aspires to build a multiple six-figure, multiple 6, 7-figure, 8-figure business, or wanting to earn that, you definitely need to work on your money mindset. And there are some money behaviors, as I call them, that you need to start working on or establishing. So then that way you're not in a situation where money comes in, money comes out, money comes in, money comes out, which is what I found myself doing or experiencing at the end of 2019, where I only had $134 to put towards my children's Christmas. Now, some people may criticize me for that, but I didn't want that for them. I wanted to be able to give them, a Christmas where I could spoil them. And I didn't have the opportunity to do that. But also our cards were maxed out. My husband was unwell at the time, and we found ourselves in a situation where, I needed to make some changes around my money. I also wanted to attend a business conference in Las Vegas because I knew that this conference was going to be able to help me to not only connect with high-performing individuals, but give me the strategies that I needed to really start 2020 off really strong. And I didn't have the funds to be able to do that. So what I did is I looked around in my life and, was asking myself, what's actually costing me money? What's not making me money? And the thing that came to mind straight away was my car. And so I sold my car to get myself to Las Vegas. And that was the most life-changing experience that I've ever had. So I wouldn't advocate that you do that, but sometimes you need to make decisions like that don't make sense to a lot of people, but they make sense to you. And they are life-changing. And that decision totally changed my life, because it's really been since 2020 until now that I've really accelerated through learnings and through decisions that I made as a direct result of that trip. Now, I want to share with you 3 money behaviors that I've learned since then so that I don't find myself in the same situation, but I want to share them with you so you start adopting them. Now, my advice is that you choose one and start getting good with that. If you are in a situation right now where you find that you don't have a healthy relationship with money, or you want to improve your money situation, or you want to see your bank balance increase, there is so much more that I can speak to you about this. I'm not a financial advisor. I want to say that straight up front. I'm not a financial advisor, but I will share with you these things that I started to do to help me to put myself into a better place. Okay. So number 1, you need to understand that your money behaviors right now, especially if you're in a situation where you are not where you want to be, and you're constantly finding that money comes in and money comes out, that there are elements of your money behaviors that need to change. And that seems pretty obvious, but unless you recognize and take responsibility, it won't change. The situation won't change. You need to take responsibility for the fact that you are exactly where you are right now because of choices and decisions that you have made at one point in time. So there's no one else to blame, or no one else that can carry the burden of the reason why you are where you are right now. So you need to accept responsibility and then make a commitment that you will start making the necessary changes to move forward and start making a difference in terms of your money behaviors. So that is number one. Okay. Number two is, for me, I started to strip away unnecessary expenses. What do I mean by that? Because it's not necessarily about reducing things that I wanted to do. It's about unnecessary expenses that just made no sense. Okay, let me be a little bit more clear about this. Okay, there are times where I might have been bored once upon a time, or I would just buy things that were on a sale. Now, can you relate to that? Where you might see something, you might see a handbag, or you might see a t-shirt or something, go, oh, that's kind of cute, and oh, look, it's only $9 or it's only $20. I'll buy that because I know I'll wear that. So I was doing that a lot. Now, here's the thing. I have 20,000 other t-shirts as well that I may or may not have worn. But the only reason why I was buying this is because it was on a sale, not because I needed it. It's because I just wanted it because it was on a sale. And so this is what I mean by removing unnecessary unnecessary spending behaviors, because do you really need this, or is it just because it's on a sale that you are buying this? And this is a really key differentiator, especially in times like these, where you need to start assessing your buying behaviors. Now, if you like having a cup of coffee, I do. I'm still continuing on with my cup of coffee because this is something that I love to do, and it's something that I am worthy of having and I enjoy. It makes me happy. I will not substitute that at all. I know there's some other people that say reduce your cup of coffee, or make coffee at home. I would rather invest in $4 or $5 a day, knowing that it's helping to reinforce my vision of where I want to go and the people that I want to serve, and helping them to achieve the things that I've achieved. I would rather keep the cup of coffee and remove my sabotaging spending behaviors, like buying things that are just on a sale because they're on a sale. There's a very, very big difference. Okay, so number two is audit what you're spending your money on. Audit what you're spending your money on. Are you just buying for the sake of buying? Or is this something that you can definitely tolerate within your means as well? Because you have to make that judgment. I also operate from, okay, if I want something and I really want to work towards it, I make a plan and I go make it happen. I'm not someone that will accept my circumstances financially where they are and go, I can't do this. I don't operate this way. And this is just a psychological shift and a change in thinking that I teach my clients. Like, why do you need to accept your financial circumstances as they are today? Why can't you make a plan and then go out and get it? Why can't you decide, okay, well, I need to sell this much product, or I need to create a program and attract this many clients? So then that way you can still work towards it. You've made a plan, and then you go out and attract that and make it happen. That is how I operate from. I never, ever accept my financial circumstances the way they are. And this also goes with me investing, is I will invest in myself and back myself, but I also make a plan on how I'm going to work to recoup that money. It's not I must make a return on investment, otherwise I won't invest. I'm going to invest because I know that I'm going to implement, and I know that the money is going to come because I'm going to implement, because I'm going to shift and change as a direct result of implementing. So when you start operate from a place that you can create and you can make a plan and go make it happen, you will never, ever go without. And that goes with things that you enjoy on a day-to-day basis, like a cup of coffee. But if you're spending your money on things that are just on a sale because they're just on a sale, even though you don't really need it, this is the behavior you need to shift. knowing that you don't necessarily need it, not knowing that this is not something that is absolutely important for you right now. You're bored, you're distracted, and you're buying from a place of, I need to have it because it's on a sale. That's not a good reason to buy something. You know, when you are working and you're wanting to create wealth, you purchase with intentionality. You purchase with something that is either going to give you a return on investment or something that's going to give you pleasure. It's either one or the two, but never one from, if I don't buy it, I'm going to miss out because it will never be at this price point. That's coming from a space of lack. And when you come from a space of lack attracts more lack. And so that's a shift that you need to definitely make. And also, when you come into my container, I definitely bring awareness to that. And I can help you by just making some shifts in the way that you operate, the way you see money, the way you manage money. Okay. And number three, getting ahead of myself, is what I did was I set up 4 different accounts, and I established a system called the Profit System. Profit First. Sorry, it's not my system. It's from a gentleman by the name of Michael Malkowitz, and essentially what he says is that if you're operating a business, is to establish 4 separate accounts. And then as your pay comes in twice a month, you will allocate a percentage of every single one. So then that way you will have money where you pay yourself first, and you will have also some savings. You will also have money to pay your taxes and any commitments to the government, like in terms of financial commitments, and also operating expenses for your business as well. So when I started operating and establishing the Profit First system, I started getting ahead with my money, and that also improves your money energy and money behaviors, because you are treating your business like a business and you're getting ahead versus being reactive. So what can you do in your life in terms of even just establishing one account? What if you just establish one, and maybe out of your pay you might just put $5 or $10 every single month, into your account. So you might put $5 or $10, and just you see the bank balance grow, and that in itself will help you to understand that the money will compound over time with interest, and you'll just start establishing a behavior which will then turn into a habit. And then as you get good with the one account, you can then expand it into 2, 3, 4, etc., depending on what your goals are. So saving money is really important in terms of establishing financial habits that are going to help you to get ahead. Because when you save money, and then you can put like bulk payments onto your credit card, or you could put that towards something like an investment of some sort, that's when you start getting ahead. But the first thing that you need to do is, as I mentioned at the top of the podcast, is that you need to remove those sabotaging financial behaviors, like spending unnecessarily, like on things that are not really things that are going to serve you, or things that are going to aid you, that you're just doing it for the sake of doing it. That's the stuff that you need to remove, and then start establishing behaviors that are going to get you ahead, like making extra payments on your card, or saving so you can make bulk payments, or putting them towards investment. Okay, it's really important that you understand that, you know, getting ahead and creating wealth starts with you getting really good at managing the money that you have now. Because if you can't manage $50, $100, $200, $3,000, it's going to be very challenging for you to be able to manage $100,000, $1 million, etc. You need to start off getting really good with your financial habits small, where you are right now. And once you get really good at that, you'll find yourself in a position where you'll start making better choices, and your relationship with money will improve, and you'll start getting ahead in certain things as well. Okay, this is really important to understand. And then the last thing that I wanted to say is that if you really want to get ahead in money, and you want to just start maybe accelerating towards generating wealth, one of the things that I love to do, and I want to share with you this hack because this is what's helped me, is learn a new skill. If you can start learning a high-paying skill, and if you do this repeatedly over a period of time and continuously, where you just start learning new things like copywriting or how to edit videos or things like these are skills that people pay for. And so when you start learning these high-paying skills, and you can learn them from, YouTube and Udemy, and there's just so many places you can learn these skills, and you can start helping people with these skills, you'll start acquiring different streams of income, which then you can not only, remove your debt or pay off your debt, but then maybe even forwarding those to investments that could pay you some income in return. And you can start, now this is the kicker, right, is when you've got investments that pay you and fund your lifestyle, that's when you know that you're starting to have a freedom lifestyle. That's the idea, where you have your investments fund your life and being able to live off the income from your investments. But an income just from your job is not going to get you there. And so what you need to do is maybe learn a high-paying skill, even if you have a business of your own, but having some additional skill sets that you can fall back on when times are tough or you need some extra income. This is what's going to help you. And so that way you'll earn this income. You can put this towards paying extra debt, or you can start putting them towards investments, and they'll be able to fund your lifestyle. As well as that, like if you want something, like if you want to buy yourself a nice bag or a nice outfit or anything like that, a high-paying skill will help you with that, where you can allocate some time every single day and earn some income off that and put that towards that. There are so many ways that you can get better with earning income, managing your income, and just having a healthier relationship with money. But one thing is for sure, is that unless you start removing those behaviors, those actions, those habits, like avoiding your bills and not paying your bills on time, and just like literally spending on things that you don't need. These are all habits that don't lead you to creating wealth or getting ahead in your finances. But once you start understanding that these are things that are holding you back, and start making the setting, the activities that you need to do to get ahead, then you'll start making some inroads into your money behaviors. You'll start seeing your financial position change, and you'll start being able to grow from there. So I hope this helps. I know it's been, for me, a little bit of a shift from my consistency and habit style of topics, but this is something that people have asked me, because I've come from a situation at the end of 2019 where I had $138 to spend on my children's Christmas, and we were maxed out on our cards. I had to sell off my car. And how do I find myself now in this position where I've generated over $1 million in less than 2 years? I have, together with my husband, we have a multiple 7-figure property portfolio. I've been able to retire my husband as well, and we travel when we want to travel. And I'm saying this not to brag. I'm saying this because I've been able to make these shifts. I mean, there's been other things as well that I've changed, but this is part of the shift that I made to be able to get me to where I am right now. And that's improving my money behaviors and my relationship with money. It's so important for you to understand that whilst you are wherever you are right now and you're not where you want to be, get really good with managing money at the very beginning. Don't wait till you get to 6 figures, 7 figures, because that sabotaging behavior will be there and it's not going to serve you. And if you want to generate wealth, create wealth where you can just live off your assets, your investments, you've got to start getting really good right now with your money and get proper financial advice. Of course, I'm not a financial advisor. I said that at the top of the podcast, but financial advisors will give you their best advice according to your current situation. And always make sure that you are, following a plan, and always get better with how you manage your money and don't get distracted. Okay, so I hope this has helped you. I hope this has served you. I look forward to sharing more of my journey and more of what's helped me to get ahead in my life, to be able to then go and mirror this and help my coaching clients to start establishing good money habits that's going to help them and shift. And I can tell you, so many of my female clients, they start even just opening up one account and start putting money in there. And the shift in their energy and just the way that they improve their relationship and how they see money is just profound. So don't underestimate any shift that you make not having an effect. It definitely does 100%. So I hope this has helped you. I look forward to serving you in the future. And of course, if you want to, if you love this episode, please feel free to subscribe on my YouTube channel. Leave me a comment. You can always leave me a 5-star review in my podcast, my Apple podcast or my Spotify podcast. You can also hop into my free group, facebook.com/groups/The Legacy Academy, or you can send me an email on elsamorgan.com. I respond to every single one of those emails personally. I hope you're well. I hope you look after yourself, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
The Consistency Queen.